Hello dreamers and achievers, welcome back to the channel. This is Priska Shergill and today video is going to be about IELTS format. And my apologies in advance for my heaviness in voice because I'm not keeping well these days because of weather change and all. But I have to shoot this video because I think this is the right time to shoot this video because a lot of students are giving IELTS exam in this season. Even I gave my IELTS exam last year in November. So I think I have to shoot it right now. So I scored 7.5 bands in my IELTS exam with only a week to prepare. I neither bought any course nor did I take any coaching because the only thing that IELTS needs is practice. You need to know what you are going to get on the exam day, on your test day. And today we will be discussing exactly that. So today we are going to see the IELTS format, which includes listening, reading, writing and speaking module. And stay with me till the end because I will give you list of free IELTS preparation sites where you can practice more and become fluent. Now without further ado, let's dive in. IELTS tests are English language skills using 4 modules, namely listening, reading, writing and speaking, and the score is valid for 2 years. You must do the IELTS academics test if you're applying for university purposes, and today we will be focusing on that one. The other one is general training, which is for immigration purposes, so choose your options wisely based on your requirement. The duration is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Listening, reading and writing are done continuously with no breaks, but the speaking round can be scheduled 2 weeks before or after the test. You also have the option to choose if you want to take test on paper or computer. And if you have any doubt related to this format, please write down in the comment section or you can DM me on my Instagram or you can email me at my email. You will be seeing them right here and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So now let's discuss each module. First, IELTS listening. It lasts for 30 minutes. You will hear 4 recordings and you have to answer 40 questions. These questions can be multiple choice questions, complete sentence completion, matching, map labeling, and so and so. What makes listening tricky is that you can hear the recording only once, and you have to answer the questions while listening to the audio. If you understand basic English, it is not that scary. All you need to score good band for this module is practice, practice and practice. For the first time, the recording might go over your head because this is what happened with me. No problem. Take a deep breath and go back to it and listen to it as many times as you need to. And in one of these strikes, you will get all your right answers. Only by listening to it over and over again, you will get used to the speed of the recording and know what to do and where to look for the answers. Now, here are some tips for the listening module. First, read word count instruction carefully. Second, skim through questions before the audio begins. This one habit will improve your scores significantly, believe me. And the third one is focus on the conversation throughout. And the fourth one is if you miss an answer, move on. Because if you will get stuck in that answer, you will miss other answers too. So if you miss one answer, just move on to other answer or whatever the audio is going on. And the fifth one is check for spelling mistakes. And the last one is make educated guesses because there is no negative marking. That's it. Now we will be moving to second module, that is IELTS reading. It lasts for 60 minutes and you have 3 paragraphs and you have to answer 40 questions. And the questions can be multiple choice, matching headings, sentence completion, flowchart completion, and so forth. The passages will be descriptive, factual, and analytical. So some tips for reading module. Number 1, read word count instruction. I am repeating this again and again. Read word count instruction because this is very, very important and this matters a lot while the examiner is going through your test exam. Second thing is use words from passages for answer. Do not use words from yourself. The words that are used in the passages, you have to use exactly that words because that is what it is. Third, hyphenated word is one word. Fourth, while skimming the paragraph, read first and the last slide. You don't need to read everything, just read first and last slide. Fifth, mostly questions are in same order as the text in the passages, so you have to read it accordingly. Last one is Stick to the information in the passage. Don't give information that is not included in the passage. Don't give information from yourself. Whatever is written in the paragraph, you have to write that only in your answer. That's it. Now we will be moving to third module, that is writing. There are two tasks in writing, task 1 and task 2. Now task 1, you have to summarize the graph, table or diagram, and the word count is 150, and you will be given the duration of 20 minutes. And the task 2 is you have to write an essay, and the word count is going to be 250 words, and you will be given a time of 40 minutes. Task 1 carries less weightage and marks than task 2, so use your time wisely. Remember, your response to both of these tasks should be in formal style. I repeat, formal style. No informal writing, no informal style, just the formal style. For task 1, your score is based on first, task achievement. How you fulfill the requirement of the task without giving speculative information that lies outside the given data. You have to give the information that lies within the data, whatever is given in the data, whether it's in diagram or piegram, whatever is given to you, whether it's flowchart, you have to write that information only. You cannot add speculative or any information from your side. Just stick to the information that is given in the data. Secondly, organized responses. How well your responses is organized using connectors, pronouns and conjunctions, which means notes and bullet points are not really accepted in these answers. And third one is vocabulary, and the fourth one is grammar, obviously. Now the tips for task 2. Divide the main points of your paragraph, of your essay, into paragraphs so that it is easy for the examiner to see that you have met all of the asks mentioned in the question. Secondly, in the last paragraph, summarize your point of view and connect it to the question asked in the task. That is very, very important. And third is leave with the time to edit your essay. Now here is a pro tip. Try to stick to the minimum word count plus 30 or 20 words more maybe, and instead use the extra time that you have to refine your essay and correct what you can. This is I think very, very compulsory, because usually students, what they do, they just keep on writing and writing and writing, and they forget the word count and they write extra word, and they are left with no time in the end to edit the paragraph or to check the paragraph or to revise the paragraphs, that whether there is any spelling mistake or any kind of mistake or grammatical mistakes. So I'll suggest that you just stick to the word counts and use the extra time to refine your paragraph, to find out the mistakes and correct your paragraphs. That's it. Now moving to the last module, that is speaking. And I think this is the most scariest for most of the students, because before going there or before entering, student gets scared. They're like, what are we gonna say? We are not fluent in English. And here is the tip, guys. Speak slowly and clearly. The more slowly you speak, the more clear you will give ideas and answers to the examiner, and it will be more easier to you. You can hear yourself and you will be knowing that what I'm saying and what I have to say next. When you sit in front of the examiner, never panic. Always start slowly and speak slowly and confidently, and you're gonna nail it. So back to the topic. Speaking module will last for 11 to 14 minutes. Formally, it has 3 parts. Let's first discuss what these 3 parts are, and then we'll discuss how you can perform better for this round. Now, part 1 is the examiner will ask you questions about familiar topics like work, family, studies, and interest. It won't be a simple tell me about yourself. In my experience, they might ask you a range of questions. This part is going to be all about you, and you're going to know the answers to everything they can ask. So use this opportunity to calm your nerve and get comfortable and settled. Now part 2. In part 2, you will be given a paper with a particular topic and a pencil, of course, to write down any bullet points or for reference. After the 1 minute, the examiner will ask you to speak, where you can speak uninterrupted for 1 minute to 2 minutes. The silver lining being that you're actually given a minute to prepare before you are asked to speak. So take advantage of that. This is not an interview or a date, just an English test. So be as descriptive as possible, because all they want to know is how well you can communicate in English. And finally, after those 2 minutes that feel like eternity, comes part 3. Part 3. Part 1 and Part 2 are about your personal experience, but in Part 3, you will be asked to provide a general overview in response to the question the examiner asks. Now, here are the tips. Be as descriptive as possible. I personally think it's better for the examiner to interrupt you and ask the next question instead of you giving one-word answers and the examiner having to probe you to get out more information. So be descriptive as possible. Secondly, read the question given to you carefully and try to meet all the asks of the question. So talk about all the parts of the question given to you very descriptively. Third, when you are given a minute to prepare, note down all the bullet points and feel free to glance at them while you're speaking to make sure you have covered all the points you have written. And there is one more thing. Don't write full sentences because you won't have that kind of time. Just write down the bullet points and then while speaking, explain them in a descriptive manner. Fourth, while speaking, just use regular English. Remember that nobody uses an excess of complex idioms or proverbs in their everyday conversations or everyday English. Use an idiom if it comes naturally to you in that conversation, but if it doesn't, don't speak idioms or phrases. And the last one is speak slowly. Like I said earlier in this module, that you have to speak clearly and slowly, and it will be much more easier if you will speak slowly. Speak slowly if you have an Indian accent, because if the examiner is not an Indian, then the examiner might not be used to hearing it often. So for them to understand you better, speak slowly with the appropriate pauses. And that's it. We have reached the end of all the 4 rounds, all the 4 modules. We have covered it. And big cheers to you for completing this video. Here are some resources that you can use to practice more and more for your IELTS exam. First one is Take IELTS. It has a set of free practice tests you can use to familiarize yourself with the format. Second is IELTS.org, which has a set of example test questions for practice. And the third one is Road to IELTS, which is the free version by British Council for IELTS preparation. Last and the fourth one is IELTS Prepare. Finally, there are some free IELTS practice tests on IDP website as well as IELTS Prepare. I have left the link of all these in the description box and all of them are free. So that's it for today's video, and I'll be coming soon with more descriptive video on each module of IELTS. So stay tuned for that, and if you want more informative videos on IELTS, English or study abroad journey, subscribe to my channel. You are in the right place, and share this channel with as much as people you can who are also study abroad aspirant or who are preparing for IELTS or who simply wants English lessons. Do like, subscribe and share this video. And if you have any query or any question, write down in the comment section, or you can DM me on my Instagram ID, or you can email me at my email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with the more descriptive answer, and I'll help you out with the best of my abilities. That's it. Stay tuned. Catch you in the next one. Until then, fight good.